Hello, everybody. Here we are. Welcome back for the finale, the last game. Win and get third place. Win and be 4-1. We are excited. We've got the black pieces, and let's just get right into it. So it starts off in a very familiar way. The same thing as last time. I said I like to play e6, b6 French. One of the reasons I like it is because you can play it into e4, you can play it into d4, you can play it into c4, you can play it into the ready. You can't play it into G3, but nobody plays G3. So, I can play it no matter what, I guess is the point. And then that way, theoretically, over time, I don't have as much to learn because I've got a little bit more familiarity with the positions, and they should be less common for others, and it should give me small advantage. So, exact same position as the game. Was it game three? Is game three? Yeah, when he went there, and then we got our free pawn. This guy, however, he knows the trick. He knows the best move in this position. So can't quite get the same trap on him, but that's fine. We can still keep pushing. Totally happy with this. And then he pins me. So this is not a move I see very often in this situation. Usually a pawn pushes in quite a lot. Sometimes castle. Sometimes now they break this pin because they don't want to get double pawns. I don't see this very often. Not to say that it's bad or anything, it's still totally fine. Just I was a little bit sad about it because I'm not quite as familiar with it. I know I push back, and if he tries to run, you actually do force him to go all the way back, because then, hey, look, then this is not guarded anymore. Take, and I have two pieces attacking this, and he only has the one, so you still win the pawn. Yeah, my king side is a little advanced, but if they can't get to your king, then it's not unsafe, So, this bishop over here wouldn't be in the way, and I would have this guy winning the pawn, and then I would just swing the bishop down to being around here. That's all I would do. I would swing him back there, so I'd have my knight and my bishop over here. It'd be fine, Push this pawn up, bring this knight over here, and then I'm definitely not fragile whatsoever down there. So, but he took, which is fine. I take, and I remember getting in this position, and I remember thinking, man, I really don't remember this line. What if he just pushed here? I don't remember. Where do I run to? Because I can't run there. Can't run there. Can't run there. Can't run there. This feels highly dubious. You can't run there. Do I just go back here and then this gets blocked in? So then I'd have to trade this if I get attacked. So that's something I actually need to go check in my course later this week when I get my energy back. I wasn't exactly quite sure, but it was something I was thinking about. Do I even just make this trade first? And then if he takes, I take, and this just looks really kind of awkward. And then this, and then this, and now there's a million arrows all over the place, and it's just a gigantic mess. And then I develop my knight and my queenside castle, and I don't know, but legit, it was something that was on my mind. I was worried about. I'm like, crap, that actually seems really strong. I wasn't expecting it. Usually people don't just trade it like that. But either way, it didn't matter. He goes after my bishop, and I decided, because I was still thinking I might need this square for my queen, I can't bring my bishop here. So I have to trade. Doubles his pawns, which is fine. It's okay. Honestly, I think if C and F pawns ever get doubled, I still feel like they're really strong because they still attack the centers and the flanks really well. They still defend. Anyway, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Yeah, this rook isn't as good because I fianchettoed on the same side, but I don't think this is exactly doubled pawns don't seem to be bad early. They only seem to be bad in the end game. But whatever. We'll get to the end game, and I'll go win that damn pawn back. So here we go. Just like the last time you guys saw, push this pawn to activate the square for the knight. Then prepare to go in through the c file, and then bring this rook over and start barreling down to win that pawn back. Kingside castle, be nice and safe, be nice and solid, and go from there. He brings his queen over. You're not going to queenside castle, but a lot of people seem to like to do this. He probably is eyeing this square, but I've never actually had anybody ever actually go for it. So I spent a good minute or two thinking about what if I push a5 and then his bishop can no longer go here because I'll have a rook that also now has sight of the square. Because obviously, like, I want to develop my knight, and I can't develop my knight because he's going to get in the way of my fianchetto. So I really thought about this, but I was like, it's just, that feels like it's slow. It feels like it's probably not correct. But I also don't think it's bad because he's not going to get in on the queen side, so it gives me a way to lock it up completely. If I had a second chance, I think I actually would do that. But I just didn't. But hey, this is why you play the games. You gain experience, you learn, and now I think I might actually try that later because it helps free up my knight, and I won't have to potentially lose this bishop if he ever wants to come down and attack it, because I kind of like where it is. So French Toast is trying to break down my door. Kitty, I will feed you after this video. So I bring my knight out, and he develops his rook, I guess. I had a second chance at this square, and I didn't take it. I castled, he castled. I had a third chance at this square, and I didn't take it. What is this? What a mistake. Maybe it's not a mistake, but why didn't I do that? Maybe I didn't want to give up the prospects of this square and have his rook come down. I don't know. And maybe I thought there'd be a lot of action on this side, you know, get my rook opposite his queen. I don't know. It's not like it's a bad square for the rook, but I would have done this again if I had another chance. So now he finally goes down there. And I mean, I could potentially try to save the bishop. I could go here. You know, maybe he pushes. I take. He can't take back, so he doesn't end up pushing. But now I am blocking in my c-pawn if I go there. And the whole point was I wanted to open up the c-pawn, get my rook down here. Well, I can't get my rook down there if I move my bishop no matter what, regardless of whether the c-pawn is blocked or not. Like, damn it, man. So I end up taking, and I figure at the end of the day, you know what? His queen is off in the corner. It's not doing a damn thing. It has no vision. It's not targeting anything. It's really insignificant. That might not actually be that bad for me, as opposed to being a central defender for a lot of his squares in the middle. He's kind of out of place now. It's going to take him an extra turn to get back into a better place. So, you know, she took the scenic route, I guess. So maybe it's not really that bad to be over there. But I do certainly have to, you know, keep a rook here. And if this rook ever wants to, you know, go somewhere else, then this becomes a problem square. But, you know, maybe I chase it away, but no, it's just going to go stand there. And then I have to move the knight anyway. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but it might not actually really be that bad for me. So maybe I was thinking too hard about this square. But man, I thought about the square a lot. And believe it or not, this was the first and the only game I've played where I actually had a significant time advantage. I felt like he felt a little under pressure because I blitzed out my opening really quick because I know the e6, b6 opening so well. And people aren't as familiar with it. You know, he thought about, for example, like taking the horse. Like for me, I knew exactly what I was going to do about it. If he goes back, I chase. If he takes, you know, then I recapture. But a lot of people are like, man, do I really want to trade my bishop for this knight just to help him develop his queen? It feels not really what people get taught. So, you know, like he spent a handful of minutes on that, and then you instantly snap back and make the move. So I was actually ahead like 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, depending on the point of the game we were at. I think I maxed out like a 10-minute lead, 30-minute game total. I think I maxed out like a 10-minute lead, and I was like, hell yeah, this is my kind of position. You know, everything's under control, everything's defended, we're good to go. You know, the material is equal. He's got a couple of pawn weaknesses. His queen is off on the side of the board, and I have a clock advantage. Oh yeah, I was feeling real good, and I decided, let's go for it. Let's open this up. Let's get my rooks activated. Let's get, you know, hell, my knight could even retake. I can bring my rooks over later. My knight can retake and attack this queen. Maybe it's not the best because, you know, it will just prompt it to go right back somewhere and defend a little bit. But it would give me, you know, something after here, and then I'm targeting then both of these if my knight is here. Lots of stuff. So just looked really good. I'm feeling really good. He brings his rook over. Fine, you know, keeping the tension in here a little bit. It's going to be tough if this is really bad for him. He's not going to just do it, you know. So I got to bring this rook over and make a little bit more leeway. So that way, if he doesn't take, well, then I can take, and now I finally have an open line to these undefended pawns and try and make it advantageous for me. You know, if he pushed here, you know, take, and then, you know, this is discovered, like maybe there were some issues with that. But I wasn't really too concerned on it. So I bring this guy over here now. I don't think there's going to be any action on this file. He brings this rook up because he knows that if I take and he takes, that this is undefended. So now he defends it. He also allows himself to potentially double over there. And I decided, you know what? I think I'm going to take anyway, because I don't know. I think I'm going to. I guess maybe I shouldn't have. I might have just been too like gung-ho on thinking I needed to play quick, try and open up the position a little bit and go from there, because everything is still going to be guarded, you know, like I'm not going to be able to move my knight there once he replaces the pawn. Queen's not going to have anything. Do I jump down here? No, because he has this square. And then what? Then I jump my knight up there? Okay, but now his queen's not threatened and it's super uncomfortable. So maybe I shouldn't have taken, but I also had no idea what else to do right now. I really didn't. Like, I guess maybe I could push here, and then maybe I slowly move my rook over to get into his way. But no, if I push there, then this is free. So, I don't know. Do I bring my queen back? Do I move my queen over? No, because he's just going to double his rooks. But if I move my queen here, this is... Ah! Shit. So I wasn't under time pressure. I had a big time advantage, but I do think it made an impact on my play because I never am in that position that I felt pressured to keep the pressure. So I think I just took quickly to try and keep the pressure. But now, in hindsight, I really like this. Because what's he do? Does he push? If he pushes, do I lock the board? If he pushes, do I take? Because I'm defending it 1, 2, 3 times. You know, all 3 of these pieces would be defending it on this square. So, you know, I wouldn't have to worry if this got opened up. I would just use the knight. You know, these guys are safe. There's no threats here. This queen is... Damn, that's the move, isn't it? That is the move! All right, see, we're learning, we're getting better. This is good stuff. So I took. He took, and then I got hyper aggressive, and I threw my rook up into here. You know, I thought maybe... Well, I knew that if I went there, he's going to attack, and I'll be able to bring my queen back, defend this pawn, defend my rook. And if his queen is down here attacking, this might fall. So I'm trying to get up in there, trying to get aggressive, see if I can make something happen. My queen isn't really going to do anything, and I don't really want this sort of situation to happen. So if I can just get out of that to begin with and solidify a structure if something like that happens, it felt really good. So I rushed up in here, and then as soon as he went there, I immediately dropped my queen back because I expected that that's what he was going to do, and it just put the time pressure back on him. Now he's got to think about it, and he ends up going back exactly where he just was. So I literally got to move my rook, and yes, I undeveloped my queen, but I don't think it's any worse down here. I think it's still very centralized. You know, it's defending some pieces. It still has open lines that, granted, it can't take advantage of anyway, but I don't think my queen is worse here by any stretch. You know, hell, and maybe now I bring my queen here. I don't know, try and get this thing out of here maybe somehow, and then knight over here. I don't know, but like options. I think this is actually better, and I got to do it for free because he wasted a couple of turns going back and forth. So, and again, his clock is getting really low. So I decide to do this now. That's interesting. Why did I do this now? I don't know why I did this now. I feel like I should have done a queen move first. Because even if, let's just say, we trade this, that's a free double for me. Let's say he doubles so that nothing gets captured. You mean, I got a knight that can jump in. Man, yeah, I think this is also the move. That's so cool how when you VOD review, you watch your games and you study your own games, you can see things. Dude, being in the hot seat is rough, man. When that clock is ticking and the anxiety is going, the pressure is pumping, man, it's tough. You don't see things like queen attacking your bishop for free sometimes. But some of these moves just look so obvious now. Anyway, I didn't. I attacked his queen, and he ran it all the way back. I guess he didn't want to play ring around the rosy, which, honestly, if he did, like, what do? I put my knight in a bad spot a little bit. Yeah. I probably just have to move it immediately back. And then he goes immediately back. So I don't know what that was all about. I don't know what that was all about, but that's what I did. So where are we now? There we go. So here we are. He decided to run away. He didn't want to play ring around the rosy. And here I notice that I almost can trap his queen because he can't go there. He still has this square at the moment, but he can't go there, obviously. He has this square for now, but he can't go in any of those. He can't go here. He can't go there. He can't go there. So he's only got 2 squares available to him. And I can actually eliminate those squares relatively quickly. So I didn't think it was the strongest path forward. I did think that maybe I should have moved my queen here first so that I could get my knight out. Or maybe even move my queen here so I can get my rook over or something like that. But I thought, you know what? Maybe I can trap his queen. So I wanted to try and give that a shot. I pushed this pawn up. I probably could have, and maybe even should have, just pushed it up twice. Because then my knight would have had an extra square to jump into, though it's kind of locked down at the moment. You know, he still, you know, he had 2 squares available. Well, now he's got 1 square available, and my knight can get there right away. I do have to do a move in the middle first, but I am 2 moves away from trapping his queen. He's got this guy doing nothing. He's got this guy doing nothing. I am in great shape. Yeah, things are looking up. Things are looking really good. He moves his queen over because he clearly identified to the only safe square that things were looking a little dicey. It attacks the rook, and it attacks this pawn, although I'm defending the pawn. So I just need to make sure I don't lose the rook. Possibility of queen trapping gone at this point. See, maybe I should have went here first. Hold on a second. So hold on. We've decided he's got these squares. Yeah, so if I moved up 2, I would have eliminated here. He would have still had this square. And I don't have a good way to attack that square is the problem. Pawn on h6 was the only way I really could. So, I mean, I guess theoretically knight move. But if he does go down here, no, because my pawns, nope, he would have had this square then, way over there. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, I don't think I get to trap it. Because he noticed, so I defend my rook. And he makes a pawn push. I don't know, it's tough sometimes to think. When there's no forcing line, it's tough to really try and evaluate what's your opponent going to do. He's certainly trying to break through the middle at least, break up, you know, my pawn structure. This guy's a little weak. Kind of cause some havoc a little bit. And, you know, if I take, then it lets him activate pieces, lets him maybe open it up, it weakens this guy. So I saw a decent move. I'm still in the mindset of let's attack the queen, chase it away. So I go here first, push it away somewhere, and then I decided I'll be able to take this pawn, and then if he takes, I can take it back with the rook, and that'll feel maybe a little bit better, because then this guy's, you know, still pretty solid. My rook will have an open file and still be defended. You know, I won't necessarily be messing up my structure at all. And that would actually be 2 pawns if he chose to try to do that, to which he probably wouldn't. I would just take this pawn and then what he defends with that guy, maybe, but I would have all these pieces attacking it. So I actually felt like I was going to win a pawn here. He runs his queen away, but he does make a really good idea. I guess I just either didn't think of it or didn't calculate it or something. It reinforces on the same line, so it's not quite that easy to win all these pawns, but I still take it. He takes, and once we got here, my brain changed a little bit. Um, I actually really thought that taking with the f pawn would be really solid, because then it gives me two connected central pawns as opposed to leaving this guy isolated. I'd be able to connect my pawns, which is really powerful. Both of them are semi-passed pawns, for that matter. There's no opposition. This guy's isolated and weak, so, and then I would just be one pawn push away from making them, essentially defend each other by blocking line of sight and guarding it. If I go here, I'm defending it, but he stays isolated. I don't know. So I got kind of addicted to the thought of now f takes e6 instead of rook takes e6. I don't know what's better, so I'm really looking forward to see what the computer has to say about this one. But I changed my mind. The plan initially was to take, all the way from here to take with the rook. I changed my plan. So it's fine. Happens. I think it's pretty solid. My king is, my king is a little bit more exposed now, but he's just one square away from solidifying it too. I don't think it's necessarily bad. So he decides to attack my rook, and now it's like, okay, so the weakness is already, showing itself. If I take, he takes here first, forces me to go somewhere, and then he's able to recapture, and then he wins a pawn. So I thought, okay, I don't want you to win a pawn, but hold on. Did I trap my rook? I can't go there. I can't stay anywhere over here. If I take here, I know I lose a pawn. I can't go here. I can't go here, but I do have there. So I've got one square left if I want to keep the pressure up. And the only place his horse could go to attack it would be here or here, but both of those are occupied. So he's not going to bring the rook over. So it's actually pretty safe having my rook right there for the moment. At least so I thought. It's not a very good move, but I didn't realize that. I was just so committed to not losing this pawn because I just thought that this would have been a good idea. I should have taken it with the rook. So I decided to go up here, be super aggressive. Hey, you know what? I am attacking over here. So if he goes go in this spot, then fine. Maybe I go capture this guy. I'll have to decide which piece is better, probably with the rook being better. I'd be eyeing up that square. Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's not a big deal. All right, well, he defended it first. Man, now this is looking juicy because it cuts off any attack on that, sort of situation. But I am still a little concerned for my rook, right? But I really probably should have cut that off. But I saw something even juicier. Finally develop my knight, so my other rook can now get into the game, and the knight will come with the tempo by attacking his rook. So there's a couple different options with that. And I went for the extra development, get my pieces involved in the game, and go from there. Do you guys remember game one when I developed my knight to e2 and he pincered or skewered, whichever you want to call it, my bishop to my knight, and my position went down from being ahead and in good shape and up a pawn to kind of not going so well? Tends to be a weakness of mine, it looks like. So he pins my knight to my queen. So now I can't take the rook because I lose the queen. He also attacks the rook, and the rook, as we've already decided, has no safe squares. There's nowhere for the rook to go at all. So I have gotten it trapped, and I got myself in a bad position. I can't even take back. I need to waste a turn so that he takes before I can take, but clearly he knows what's up. So clearly he's gonna not let that happen. He's gonna move his rook somewhere, and I'm still gonna be screwed. So remember that 10-something minute time advantage I had? Unfortunately, there is a way out, but my dumbass didn't see it for a long time. I think I spent like 15 of my 30 minutes on this move, because at this point, as soon as he made it, once I realized I couldn't take, I was like, I just fucking lost. I was in such good shape. I was feeling awesome. I almost trapped the queen. I had good advantage. I was pressing. I had the better position. I made one inaccuracy by recapturing a pawn with the bad piece, or with the wrong piece. And then I make one blunder, and all of a sudden the game is straight over. So I sat there for like 15 minutes and I was thinking about like, if I take and I sack my queen, do I have any sort of like, can I trick him into a back rank mate? Maybe I can get, my rooks over here and then try and something, so I was trying to think about that. Like, what if I go up here first, he takes queen, and then I go here with check, and then, now this gets opened up, maybe I can get in on this side and put him in, like, maybe I got something, get him in check, and then get this rook over here, and then get this rook over here and force perpetual check. Like, maybe. So I was thinking about all sorts of stuff, but there is actually a way out. It's not great, but it's a way out. And I ended up finding it. You bring your rook down, and yes, he's going to take it, but it allows me to make this pawn move that I noticed that I should have done a couple of moves ago, and I didn't, where it would have been defending itself and covering squares, because then once he takes with the rook, I am then forking his rook and his queen with my pawn. So I'm still going to lose material, but at the moment, I'm also up a pawn. So, it's not the end of the world. I am up a pawn. I'm going to lose material. I'm going to end up at the end of this exchange down a pawn. You got to be careful though, because if you just take this first, then he can go right in there, and then he can go right there, and he gets both of them. So I threw this horse move in for this horseman. I threw this knight move in first. Hold on, what was I thinking? How did this work? How did this go? In my brain, I think for some reason in my brain, I thought that this knight was hanging? And that he would get check and win the knight? How did what was I calculating where that was the case? I'm not exactly sure now what I was calculating, but for some reason I thought that he would win the knight if he was here. That's obviously false. But that's why I threw this extra knight move in, to scare his queen away. And who knows, maybe he puts his queen somewhere dumb, or maybe he goes to defend the rook. I don't know. But no, he stays in line. I thought about now, like, what if I go here? He gets to move his rook out of the way, but is there something else that I have, maybe? Like, could I potentially go up here? Maybe, no, I don't quite have a sacrifice. I was thinking, maybe I might have some sort of sneaky line where I can save these pieces, but I decided I need to take the rook. And here, I don't think I thought too much about which way to respond. I knew I couldn't go up here because he just immediately takes and puts me back into check. I don't know if I ever considered bringing my queen to f2 or not. I want to keep pressure on this pawn. I want to keep defense on this pawn actually as well. So if I go here, he takes this pawn. That obviously really sucks because then I have zero harmony between all my pieces. So I pretty much didn't even consider anything else, went immediately to h8, sorry. He takes that pawn anyway. He's attacking this rook, so I have to be a little careful. And now we've got to fight. I was in great shape. I was winning. Damn it, I still want to win. So we got to figure out what are we going to do. He's got a weak pawn in this area. I guess both of these are a little weak. Mine are at least connected. Though this horse, admittedly, sucks. I need to fix that. Man, he could have been here this whole time too. It's not like he would have changed anything though. He can't go anywhere. I still just move my rook. But anyway, so I just take an open file. Wasn't really sure what the best square is. I don't think this is meaningful at all. Not quite sure. Obviously I could theoretically try and get some sort of attack going on the far corner, but it's very unlikely. See, this is where it's very unlikely something like that would work. It'd be very easy for him to stop it, and then I'd have wasted a bunch of time trying to finagle a way around to, try and figure it out just for him to not fall for it in some easy way, whatever. So it's like, not even really trying to make the attack. I'm trying to just make sound positional moves, but that's tough when you're down a pawn. So he brings his knight in, and I'm like, shit. He wants to go here and get this royal check. And Why did I not? Oh my god. I didn't even see that I had that covered. Ah! I didn't see that I had it covered. I moved too fast. I had that shit covered. Huh. Okay, well. Either way, I see that now I see that I have it covered, and that's fine. But my thought was like, hey, I just lost a game in round 1 to a pin or a skewer, and now in this game I did the same thing. I pinned myself, and it put me in a really bad position. I get to do it to him. I'm gonna pin his knight to his queen. I'll have 2 attackers on the knight. We finally got it. This is no longer, a fork or anything. If he wants to try and have cheekiness, then I did see it was covered, because I was like, yeah, if this is somehow like a discovery I can take, I'm guarding my rook still. But I missed one other thing, and he even admitted after the game he didn't see it initially either. Like how I accidentally got checkmate in the last round, he didn't see it either. He saw that square. I pinned, and he was like, oh, he threw his hands in the air. He's like, shit, what do I do? And then like literally 3 seconds later, he found the game-winning move, which neither one of us found. He didn't initially see it. And yeah, he gives that guy for free. So I resigned. And it's tough, because I probably never should have had this opening with my king in this spot. And if I did run my king to this square and he comes back in check, I could have blocked it this way. Although, no, yeah, that would have totally changed everything with this, because it would have been pinned. That this would not have been a possibility. Well, no, because then his queen just takes it. Yeah? Yeah, then his queen just goes here. So it wouldn't have mattered, but it was so close. It was so close. I had the position. I couldn't find the way out. I ended up 3-2. I did not win. He won 3rd place by winning this match. Just a bummer. Little sad about it. So this is why I asked this at the end of the last video. I was like, hey, what do you guys think? Is this a success? Is this not? Because the day of, like, I wasn't bummed about it, but I definitely wasn't like happy. Like I played okay, but my wins were so easy because my opponents didn't know that they walked themselves into traps. So I just had wins where I know the opening line because I've played it 100 times, and it's just they put themselves in a bad position right away, and then you roll them over. So my wins were easy. And then, yeah, I lost these 2 other games that weren't easy, but on the flip side, like I had the lead in both of them. Even after I threw the lead, I had ways to get the lead back. Actually, we didn't look at the engine for this game yet. So it's like I had the lead. I did well, but I didn't win. Like at some point, you have to beat teams that are over 500. You can't just beat every team under 500 and lose to every team over 500 and then be like, hey, you're an average team. Like, no, actually, you're a bad team, because you can't win any meaningful game. So, like, trying to find like a moral middle ground, trying to gauge like how do I feel and this and that. But, I still won more games than I lost. My first tournament in forever. It felt good to play and like finally get this monkey off my back. Of 17 years ago at States, I played terrible and lost every goddamn game because I developed anxiety that day, I think, and I played terrible and threw all my pieces away. And it's haunted me for 17 years. So like I got that off my back. I went 3-2. Like, okay, it's the start of a journey of improving, of getting better. This is all part of it. You're not going to win every game. But man, I was really close too. I could have. I consider myself to be a better player than, some 700 rated kids. Should be fine, but You know, so I'm just mentally struggling a little bit with how do I gauge this level of success for me. But you know what? I had a good time. I will absolutely go again. I will definitely keep playing. And overall, I'm happy with it. But it's like a very bittersweet sort of melancholy kind of feeling. Um, to know that it was within my grasp. If I would have pulled out either one of those two games that I lost, that I had the advantage in, you know, at 4-1, I would have been ecstatic. I would have been super happy at 4-1. Place third, get a little trophy, sweet. But would have been super happy with it. So, oh well, next time. So let's just take a quick gander at some of these. I am mentally tired. I recorded all 5 of these videos in one sitting. So I'm exhausted. I don't even have a brain to think or analyze at this point. I just kind of want to see number go up, number go down. Yeah, opening standard. I know this is all my preparation in my course. So I will eventually, in a few days, I'll go back and I'll look at this later on to see kind of how this is supposed to break down. But I know this is totally fine. I am absolutely happy with this position. I know I'm still in good shape. Comes after me, that's fine. Take. So otherwise, nothing too major so far. Nothing critical. I'm just making small preparational moves. None of those are words, but English is fun sometimes. You get to make up words and everyone knows exactly what you mean. I guess, you know, I can take a look and analyze these a little bit further in detail later and, you know, try and decide some other things that I could have done. But there's still a couple of moves that I definitely want to think of. Like, really? No, I never bring that rook all the way over. I have 2 trains of thoughts. You want your rooks to stay on like their native half, because sometimes it's really weird. Like when you move your rook over here, well now, like I still need a rook here, but now I need another rook over here. So sometimes I'm like, you know, stay on your native half, or at the very most, go 2 squares over for each guy. You know, let each of them cover that. It's sort of like my train of thought for which rook to slide over to things. You know, it'd be different if this was an open file or something, but it's not. I wouldn't want to do this. I don't want to abandon this guy. Yeah, why is this not a good move? Is this not a good move? I mean, it's not like a blunder. And it prevents him from ever going down here. Ah, man. Yeah, I guess he would have gotten to pin my knight. So maybe I did need to castle first. But once I'm castled, like, it's okay, right? I guess he does attack, and until I push c5, I don't have anywhere for my knight to go, but... Oh well, anyway. Yeah, so he comes down. I thought about this, but that's just really ugly. Putting your rook in a little bunker like that, terrible. So, gotta take. The computer still thinks that I've got the edge, which, I mean, I feel like I do too. Yeah, throw that up there first. He defends after it, and now he's kind of blocking in his other rook. You say to take immediately, huh? But why? Because I can't do anything in return at the moment. I wanted to sort of prepare. Maybe it's just to prevent him from making my structure worse. Maybe it's just to preserve my structure. And then take your time after to attack his weaknesses, as opposed to do that first. Maybe he messes up your own structure and then you don't really get the chance later. Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly in good shape. I took now, he took now. Move this just 1 square. Oh, wow, the computer actually likes this? Oh, it's recalibrating. Oh, this was the square I was eyeing though, right? Computer likes this, huh? Oh, so that he can't go down here and then I could chase it away. But that's just so defensive, so behind. So what about this? Was this the right time for it, or was this a later time I was supposed to do this? I don't remember. I guess what if he went here now, I suppose is maybe the problem, huh? Not really, right? Because my knight's got 2 squares to go to. Anyway, my brain is tuckered out. So, take. It doesn't hate the rook move, though. It actually thinks it's third best. So, I'm okay with that. Third best engine move. Yeah, now he capped. Oh, no! Holy crap, dude. Look at that computer. Oh, what did I miss? What did I miss here? Like, I knew I was a little ahead. How is this move a -3? How is this a total blunder? Wait a second. No, I was just thinking like maybe I have a sacrifice here, but probably not. Especially not after that. Oh my god. -3.2 for that move. Oh, how is it -3.2, dude? That's wild. What have I missed? What have I missed? There is a sacrifice here. He takes... What, I put him in check? Okay, but... Holy shit, I take his rook. Oh my god. Ah! Okay. I don't need to look at any more, man. I don't need to look at any more. I even had the time advantage. I could have spent time here. I just didn't see the tactics because I'm not good at tactics. Are definitely my weak point. My openings are sound. My endgames are pretty decent. I think it's above, low elo rating. I think they're decent. My tactics and my mid-game are definitely my weak spot. Oh, holy shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. I guess I didn't feel like I had anything to think about. Like that is one downside to playing positional defense, that sometimes it's hard to just, make attacking moves. Like I'm just spending time sort of targeting weak squares. Oh, damn. Damn. It's crazy. All right, he runs away. I had 2 chances at it. And I was distracted by trying to trap his queen. Okay, it's no longer available because now he's guarding his rook. But still, my position is still sound. I'm still fine. I'm still a little bit in the lead. We're still okay. I can defend here. I'm just going to let it calculate for a few seconds. He pushes up there. I could have locked up the board too. No, because this was a better move, right? Didn't I make the better move? Maybe not. Maybe locking up the board. Oh, maybe you lock up the board first and then you win the pawn? But if I lock it up, maybe he just defends it. But I could still chase his queen away. Yeah? And then I can start getting my knight into here. Oh, man. Holy crap. I actually had such a good position. I should have won this game! In a weird way, I feel better about this game now after seeing so many things I could have done. I guess it's reassuring to know that the position was there. I'm just blind and rusty, and it was game 5 and I was tired and I had a clock advantage and I just wanted to keep the clock advantage. But man, that's cool stuff, man. Making the right moves. Okay, taking it was not good, apparently. Taking it was not good. Oh, I didn't even think about it. He could just attack it. Because then this guy's kind of stuck. Damn, well, I thought that was a good idea, but... Yeah, and then look, a massive blue arrow to a tiny gray arrow. I definitely blundered with the wrong capture here. Yep. Ah, it's okay. I saw a few things that I could have potentially done. But hey, maybe there's something else here. Oh, I should have just taken. No, I shouldn't have. Well, I didn't have a choice. I'm gonna lose material. Oof. It's crazy. In a lot of these games, maybe not a lot. Maybe just the 2 games I lost. I'm not sure in the other game I had as the black pieces. I don't think I had like a major blunder where I went from winning to just, you know, whatever, where they didn't see it. Yeah, there was the one in game 1 where he could have forked my pieces at the end and didn't. He chased a pawn, and theoretically I still had a fighting chance. Yeah, he just didn't see that either. But yeah, he was so concerned on defending this, but you can defend it this way too. Crazy. Hold on a second. I still could have had a draw here? How is this a draw position? I go here. Doesn't he just... Oh, he can't take this yet. Oh, no. How about this pawn move? Okay, it's bad. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's why I didn't. Hold on. Yes. No, yeah, I remember thinking once he moved this over, I do remember seeing that. I was like, crap, he's going to move his king, and then my rook is trapped. So that was why I moved my knight, because I'm like, you know what? If he attacks my rook, I'm attacking his. That's why I moved my knight. I do remember now that the computer shows me that that's what I saw. So it turns out this is bad because you lose the rook. But maybe I could have done that earlier or some other time. I still feel like this just loses a pawn though. Like, no, oh no, that's right, I'm guarding it. So he has to defend this rook. What's wrong with him defending this way? Oh, that's right. My initial thought of attacking the rook, and then I checkmate him. Yeah. So he goes here, so that way he's still attacking my rook. That way it'd be a trade of rooks. And then I bring my king over to defend the pawns. Or hell, I bring my own rook over. No, because then I drop this pawn. Yeah, so it was an even game. Damn. Yeah, I found the only possible move. +2 because he's going to go a pawn up. Oh, this really is still the best move? So what was I thinking? Huh. Yeah, there was something about this where I thought he would win my... I guess I just totally somehow didn't think I was guarding it, even though they're adjacent. It's crazy. Interesting. Very interesting that it thinks this is the best move. I wonder if that's just the computer, like, doing a bluff. Like, oh, you're attacking my queen, I run away to a bad square. No. But, hey, that's cool. It's good to know that it was still the best move. I made something smart happen. Ah. So I should have blocked with the queen. But then he takes over here, right? Does he not just take there? Oh. Hold on. But if, yeah, because he takes horse, I take horse. I take pawn. And the thought of going here is that I'm still attacking both of these things. And then now it's defended. But then what's the point of this one? If I go here, he gets to run his horse away somewhere, yeah? How do I take advantage of that? Why does the computer want him to give up his horse? I guess because it's not giving it up. That's why it's just a queen trade. But then wouldn't I have wanted to do this? Take. Could I even have gone here? Nope. That's game losing. Crazy. Crazy. I still had potential ways of holding this a little bit, but nah. I mean, it's still, you know, it's just a pawn, right? There's theoretical chances I can make him go into some sort of mistake. But nope. GG. So there lies the game. There lies the tournament, everybody. Hopefully these 5 videos were good. Hopefully they were okay. I know some of them were a little too long. I was really thinking that I'll be around like 20 to 30 minutes. Turns out only one of them was less than 20 minutes. But I don't know. I'm just used to narration, and I want to narrate everything. And that's kind of why we're all here at the end of the day, is because of narration, right? Just from nearly 20 years ago, but from the same time when I played my last chess tournament. But that does it for this one, guys. I had fun, had a good time. I still did overall pretty decent, I think. I'm not happy, but I'm pleased. I'm content, I suppose. But it definitely was a lot closer to going amazing than it was to going badly, I guess. I don't feel like I got beat in these 2 losses. I feel it was more like I beat myself. Like I had opportunities and I missed them, and then I walked myself into traps. To be fair, that's how I win my games, is they walked into an opening trap, but I think it's a little bit different in a mid game or an end game than it is in an opening. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like openings should kind of be equal. You know, you shouldn't really be walking into opening traps and going down a piece in 8 moves and then losing the game in 14 moves. Like that shouldn't be happening. So I don't think walking into those traps is the same as I walked myself into a trap on move 30. But maybe that's just cope. I don't know. But I don't necessarily feel like I got beat. I didn't get blown off the board. So granted, all of these games were still pretty low rated. I've got a long way to climb, but I have the tools. I just need to be calm under pressure. I need to have more mental strength. I probably need some sort of medication for anxiety and shaking, so I stop doing all of that. And I need to have at least 30 minutes, if not an hour, on the clock. If I have less than 30 minutes, I'm not sure I'd be able to play. Because like I mentioned in almost every one of these vids, my time was getting low in a lot of them. And there comes a point in a lot of the games when once you only have like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes left, it's like, man, I can't afford to write down these moves anymore. I gotta play. And I don't want to do that because I want to have my moves so that I can review later. So take away 10 extra minutes from me and I'm going to be that much more under pressure and not be able to write down as much stuff and all that jazz. So, but hey, we're learning. That's what we're all here for. Maybe you guys learned something too. Maybe these comments, I recorded all 5 of these in a row without uploading anything. So maybe these are all like just totally bombing. Maybe they're all terrible. Maybe these comments are just littered with, you suck, please delete your account. you know, who knows? We'll see. But that does it for me now. Signing off. My throat is sore as hell. I'm going to go make some spaghetti and meatballs. I'll catch you guys later, man. I love all of you. Have a good one. Take it easy. Catch you later, everybody. Peace.